Hello, this is Ishmael. Welcome to my Java tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to read from a file, and as we've seen in the previous tutorial that we couldn't view anything. Well, we can view the strings, but we cannot view the integer that we stored, and you will be experiencing that with other data types. And today I'm going to show you guys how to preview everything. So this will actually help with searching and deleting and updating. So this is a very useful let's say tutorial as a shortcut. Okay, let's go back to this class here, the one that we actually write to the file. I'm going to copy and paste a few things. Go here, and we want to use this remove the scanner because we're not going to be using the scanner for any input. Control Shift F, and what we need to declare is an integer, private final int record. I will explain why I'm declaring this and why it's 44. Each record that we add adds up to 44. So we have 20, 20, 20, and 4, which is the integer. So therefore we have 44 records. This is going to help us with the for loop. So this is going to help us determine when the loop stops. So yeah, we have to declare this static because we're going to be using it in a static method, which is this one. Alright, so okay, let's just copy and paste because I really want to cut down the tutorial time because I don't want to burn all of your time. Certain YouTubers put, I don't know, 40-minute tutorials or 20-minute tutorials. It's just crazy. Anyways, okay. What we're going to remove? We're going to remove this because we're not going to be writing. Just remove everything that has to do with writing. Okay, and we need to initialize the variables because we didn't initialize it outside the scope of this try block, and set this to null and equals 0. Okay, next thing we want to do is we use the for loop. So and plus, you see the seek function that I spoke about last tutorial. We need to set it to 0. This means that we want it to start from the beginning of the file. Okay, and now we want to add a for loop for int. Actually, not for loop. We want to divide the number of records with the file size. So if we have 2 records, which is 88, divided by 44, you got 2 records. So the loop would occur only twice. So long, say num records, okay, equals, that's poor variable declaration, I must admit. Alright, equals file size divide by record. Okay, and we're done. Alright, so for int, let's say j because we used I here. Usually I is used a lot. So j is less than or equal to num of records, j plus plus, and we're going to copy and paste this. I'm going to explain later. And we need to put name equals, and we want to, in this for loop, let me just put it for the surname and then I'll explain, equals file read utf. Okay, and we want to do it lastly for age equals file dot read int. Okay, in this for loop, in the previous tutorial we wrote bytes, but this time we want it to read the bytes, not ignore them. Read byte. Okay, and it would read it like a mouse. Okay, file dot read byte. So this helps us. This helps the pointer not to ignore any bytes. Okay, so it just doesn't ignore them basically. Alright, so what we want to do, I believe we are half done. the end of the for loop, we want to, you know, within the loop actually, that's why. So the name is plus name plus the surname is plus surname, and finally the age is age. Okay, and I believe we're done. If you don't want to, you know, show this loads of times on your console, you can simply store it into a array list of type string for each data type and int, and you keep storing them, and then you just output them, and they'll come in a lovely beautiful sequence. That's if you want that. And let's just execute this. Yay! Actually, let me just add a space just to make it look neat. Alright, and just do that, and let's go back and add another records just to show that it works. Let's go write file, let's call this John Lewis, and let's say 78 years old, and let's run this again. Woo, okay, it's working. And yeah, that's it for this tutorial. We're going to be working on this mainly, and I believe the next episode will be much shorter, because searching is going to be like an if statement, and updating is going to be, you know, working through the seek as well as deleting. I bet you guys are more concerned about the GUI, which is, I will run through that. And thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned guys. Thanks a lot.